today's video, I'm in the kitchen because I'm going to make old-fashioned popcorn balls. I enjoyed so much around Halloween making popcorn balls with my grandmother. We would make them and give them out as Halloween treats. I know since COVID is here and we have restrictions, I probably won't give them out to the neighbors, but I can have them for my kids and grandkids to enjoy. She used to make them with molasses instead of Karo syrup. So let me wash my hands and we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some popcorn. Yes, I could use the bags in the microwave, but no, I'm going to do it like she used to do it. And I think the popcorn turns out better. Also, you can add butter and salt and control the amount of salt and the amount of butter that you have in the popcorn. So, start out with corn kernels and a pot. My daughter doesn't have her microwave, and she's asked me several times about making popcorn on the stove. So, Heidi Scott, this is for you. I started out by melting my butter in my pot. I'll put the recipe down below. I used butter, but in hindsight, probably should have went ahead and used something with a higher smoke tolerance, which would have been peanut oil. I use that a lot to fry in. Some people with their allergies, if you're given this as a gift, probably not the peanut oil. You can use sunflower oil. While I was waiting for my pan to get hot enough to pop the popcorn, I went ahead and measured out the ingredients. I also went ahead and put some salt in the mixture. A little tip is, after the oil or butter is melted, go ahead and put 2 or 3 kernels in the pan and put the lid on there. Wait for them to pop. Then you'll know that your mixture is ready to add the rest of the popcorn and corn kernels, and you'll need to do that pretty quickly. So after your test kernels pop, go ahead and quickly and add your other kernels that you had already measured out. Stir them and then wait for them to start to pop. This goes pretty quickly, but you'll need to agitate your pan every so often so that the kernels get mixed around and pop more evenly. Also, I will have to say, in this case, more is not better. If you're popping a lot of popcorn, you may need to do multiple batches. Also, when you put the kernels in the bottom of the pan, it needs to be one layer and not piled on top of each other to ensure that all the kernels are popped. Also, another little tip: when you have the top on the pan, let the moisture be released several different times, because that moisture will form and drop down into your oil and will cause it to smoke or look like it's burning a little bit quicker. So now the kernels are popped and I have popcorn. I'm going to set that aside, leave it in the pan, and also put the lid on it, because the mixture works better if the popcorn is still warm when you pour your molasses mixture on top. Now for your sauce, begin by melting the butter in your pan and then add in your sugar and your molasses. Again, I'll leave the recipe down below. Some of the recipes call for plain white sugar, but I like to use the brown sugar. The mixture needs to heat to about 250 to 260 degrees, and on the candy thermometer, that is a medium to hard ball. But my grandmother, I remember when we did it, it would start to boil and then she would let it cook for exactly 3 minutes. I timed it this time when I was doing it, and it's right about the amount of time it needed. You want to put your popcorn in a bowl so that you can divide all the kernels that didn't pop, won't be mixed in with your balls. But after that, go ahead and pour the mixture over your popcorn and then stir. At this point, don't try to mix it up with your hands because it is very, very hot. I tried to rush the process, and yes, I burnt my hand. You'll need to work pretty quick with this part. It's a fine line with being too hot to handle and then being too cold to stick together. So I started by using a spoon to help me form the balls, and then after it cooled off enough, I went ahead and formed the balls with my hand. And there you have old-fashioned popcorn balls. Thank you for letting me share one of my fondest memories with you. I hope this has inspired you to renew some of them old traditions that you had tucked away.